Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another episode of The Mix Behind the Mic. I'm your host, Harry McCluskey, my co-host, my friend, Keith DeAngelis. Welcome back, sir.
Welcome. Good to be back.
Special edition of the pod, our Christmas edition, our ugly sweater edition. For those who are watching on YouTube, hope you like our fit. What do the kids say these days? The drip?
Yeah, the drip. We're dripped.
Drip. Okay.
Are they still? Stuff
Is that out?
very
You got to ask your kids. Your kids are perfect age. We need to know about
yeah,
this.
they know about all
we
that
need
stuff.
to know that lingo, you know.
I think you can still say lit, right?
Yeah,
It's lit.
lit. I like lit.
We almost didn't have a pod coming for Christmas. But
We were gonna not do a pod for the week of Christmas, and Keith said content is king. So
off the hook.
Let's just
Something
go.
to listen to. They're sitting around bored. Christmas Day. This is dropping.
How many brides? They're probably with families though, but like maybe not. Maybe they're taking an hour drive to their fiance's family's house, and they hit the, pod on the drive.
We'll
there.
drop it early. We'll make sure we drop this at like 8 a.m. on Christmas, so that way if you're taking a drive.
Wait, it's Christmas morning?
Yeah, Christmas morning. Thursdays when we drop, so yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so today's going to be a fun episode. It's not going to be a super long episode. We are going to just do a bunch of things based off of, what we've been seeing on the internet.
Yeah.
As far as like trends, things that are coming out. And do we start there or
Let's
do we
start with this? Where'd you get that sweater? Because that's a sweet little thing you got going on.
All right.
There.
So if we're really going to tell the story, let's tell the story. So we have the conversation. We're going to do a pod for Christmas week. And when we said yes, I said, Keith, you probably have some hats at your house.
I said, I don't have hats.
I said,
out
there's no way he doesn't have hats.
I had hats.
Not only does he have hats, he has naughty and nice hats. So we're wearing naughty and nice hats if you're listening in the car. And I come in today, and not only does he have the naughty and nice hats for us, he has a Santa Claus. I wouldn't call it an ugly sweater. I mean, I guess
threw a Santa Claus sweater in my bag just in case. I figure,
and then it hit
do
me
this.
like,
Let's do this.
How do we not wear sweaters today?
Internet, I need to call him out real quick. He knows we're doing this. He wants us to bring in hats and then doesn't bring in a Christmas sweater. So,
and the worst part is that I have something that is so lit. Is that what you said?
Lit, yeah. I think that's drippy lit.
I have it. I've never worn it for a Christmas, and it's like a man's bare chest that has tattoos and Christmas lights all over it. It would have probably been fun. But if you must know and would like to know, when we went out to get lunch today, we decided to stop at a store and get some new, fresh, ugly Christmas sweaters for
Johnny Long Hats
for the episode today.
Then to Macy's.
Cheesesteaks and Macy's.
Back to Long Hats. Back here. We made it.
Here we are. Right in time for Christmas morning. So Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah to all that celebrate.
Hopefully you got
happy holidays
you wanted for Christmas.
Do you and your wife exchange gifts for Christmas?
Yeah. So me and my wife always do this thing where I say, don't buy me anything. She's like, okay, we're going to purchase something for ourselves because we're adults now. Let's just purchase something big for each other instead of, like a couch, a TV, something that progresses us forward as adults. And we always end up like surprising ourselves with like something, and like I get her something and she gets me something, and we end up spending all the money on each other anyway. I don't know. We're trying to become adults. We're working our way to that.
So it's funny because I was like, do I tell this story now? But I really don't think she listens to these. So why would I not just tell the whole story? So we don't normally get each other gifts for the most part for Christmas, birthdays. And again, like the stuff that we get each other, it's almost similar to what you say. It's
little
not
stuff,
like,
right?
It's never like she's spending something big on like something that's just for me. I'm very rarely like, I'm not buying her jewelry or something.
What do you get for the guy that has everything?
Yeah, that's what it is. But, for this Christmas, I was just like, I'm going to do something really nice. So backstory, she's always talked about seeing Steph Curry, Golden State Warriors play in a game. So a couple weeks ago, she sends me a video on like TikTok or something about him. And I was like, so I go online and I'm like, oh shit. Like Steph Curry's playing the Sixers next week. So I get like ridiculous tickets.
How close to the?
Shut up. So I not floor seats, okay, but really good tickets. And he gets hurt a couple days before the game.
Of course he does, right?
And he doesn't make the road trip. So it's not even like, and she's like, half the videos that he posts, it's like him like doing like trick shots pregame,
Right.
like from half court and like even like fooling around. And she's like, he's not even making the trip. And I'm just like, oh, so tilting. We went to the game and I'm like, oh, do we even try to sell the tickets and blah, blah, blah.
So you still went to the game?
We went to the game. The game was awesome. The Sixers won. They were up the whole game. They wind up coming back and being behind, and they win like a buzzer beater. The game was awesome. So anyway, long story short, 2 days after Christmas, Golden State Warriors are playing.
Luka.
No, we went to the Lakers game too, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Where Golden State Warriors are playing in Brooklyn 2 days after Christmas.
And you think he's going to be there? Maybe you're going to make the trip?
Well, I bought really nice tickets again, so I hope so. So we're going to take a drive to Brooklyn, and I'm so bad at surprises. I bought them about a week ago. I've mentioned a couple times that I'm like, I did something different. I bought you something for Christmas. She's like, why? But I'm like, I'm not telling you. My kid's like, tell me. I won't tell her. I'm like, you are a liar. I will never trust you.
Yeah, tell a 5-year-old.
He's 6, but yes, you're right. And he's like, I promise. And we're like, you're not allowed to keep secrets. And you're like, well, this is a secret, but that's another story for another time. But anyway, I don't even want to tell her on Christmas because we play it off that like we really don't do anything. I really just want to like wait and say, we're getting in the car and going, but there's probably no shot I last that long. But we'll see. I'll bring it up.
If I buy something, I'm like, let's just use it now for Christmas. I hate waiting until Christmas, and then you have this whole holiday season. Like, I bought a random gift the other day, like for the house. I don't know if she thinks it's for her. I bought like a new Alexa show. Like, you have the little box where they have like a big one. It's like a TV screen now. I couldn't believe it. I went there. I hung it on the wall. She's like, what are you doing this? I was like, I don't know. I just thought it'd be cool. The other one that we had was like messed up, broke. It didn't fit. So I don't know. We upgraded.
I dig it. But that's normally our gifts to each other. We get like, we have a shark. That was one year. Like
the vacuum?
The vacuum, yeah, it does it itself. Like they're the greatest things ever. But like that's normally our gifts. But speaking of the shark, there you go. Well, you know what, guys, now that we gotta say it, he was like, it's covering the shark.
I know.
We're gonna get on the pod, you're not even gonna see it. So
I'll have to take a picture of it.
Mine has one for my
beer
holder in here. Nice.
Try putting a martini in there, see how that works out.
Yeah. So do we start with the recap?
I think we go into the AI wedding stuff.
All right, let's go.
And then
so one of our friends in the business, shout out to Love Struck, posted something today or yesterday, and I was like, wow, this is so great that I wanted to talk about on the pod, which is simply people are posting these ridiculous videos at weddings with all this like inspo for different stuff, and we're finding out that none of these videos are real, they're all AI.
They're all just AI generated.
And again, it just takes me back to my favorite lines of
expectation versus reality.
Expectation versus reality.
Or
of
ER.
Like,
As
ER.
I did
When I read that,
I watched it back. I edited them all, so I hear.
Yeah, I watched that back. I was like, wow, I said ER. But expectations versus reality is there's so many things that I feel like people see that they think are going to be great, and they're not. And now we're finding out that some of these videos we're watching aren't even real, and it's like mind blowing. Like there's some I can understand, like okay, they're like too crazy, but others it's just like it's depressing.
I mean, the internet as a whole right now, when I watch a video, the first thing I think is it AI? You have to have a filter with it, right? You can't just watch something and just assume it's true. You have to watch it, talk to yourself and say, is it AI? Then you look a little bit deeper and you're like, definitely. I seen a cat the other day, like fighting with like lightsabers against like 2 turtles, like clearly AI. But my point is like, you could do so much. It's like, we've come so far from Will Smith eating spaghetti, which is the true barometer of how good AI is. You know that, right?
I don't know what that reference is.
You don't know the reference? One of the first AI videos was Will Smith eating spaghetti, and it's so wonky and weird. It looks crazy.
Is this like a Quizzo question?
No, this is a thing. Oh, now I have to like cut it in. People have to. I'm telling you, like,
please drop it in the box.
You're gonna watch it after this, but yeah, it looks real weird. But as we get more into AI, he's become better, and it looks like he's actually eating the spaghetti now. So that's the barometer of the AI world.
All right, so let's do a recap. 2025 things we're seeing. Different trends. I think today just should be like the ugly sweater
most
trend.
outrageous trends and crazy. I've seen some crazy stuff. So my feed is constantly just weddings because we're in there and we're posing around. But I've seen some crazy stuff, and what I do is I'll just take it, I'll put it in a note, I'll write a little note of what it is, and I have probably like 10 or 20 things. We probably won't get to them all, but I've seen some crazy ones on the internet. So one of the ones that I've seen recently that I guess I don't know if I love it or hate it, but let's just talk about it. It's a huge mozzarella cake. Okay.
You sent me this.
Yeah. So it's literally, these guys playing, with crazy Italian outfits come running out with the Italian soprano. I think the Sopranos theme was playing in the video I saw. I don't know if that was dubbed
the
over
DJ
after.
Goes over.
Right. I don't know if it was DJ. Right. But they come out, the bride and groom are there. They bring out a huge mozzarella.
When you say huge, it's like 20 pounds.
It's a monster. It's the size of a pretty decent sized cake.
It's like a head.
Cutting it.
It's like a human head.
And it says cut the cheese, not the cake. And they're going and doing that, and they're dancing, having a good time.
But wait, let's stop.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something comparable to Joey Cannoli?
No, because Joey Cannoli, I think, is just out there doing it. I think they come out, they cut the cake. It's probably.
But this is just like.
I think it's in lieu of the cake, and they just come out, they do it. It's probably like a 15-minute thing.
Yeah, okay, that's.
And they put on the music. The guys come out. You got like two cutters, a main guy. He's got his little Italian outfit on, and I guess with the addition of these cannoli guys and people on the dance floor, it's kind of like everything's in play now.
Yeah.
They'll just we could do it all. So how do you feel about that? Cutting cutting cheese instead of cake?
I mean, I'm not a big cake guy. I'm an ice cream cake guy for my birthday.
Right. Mozzarella cheese just in your face.
I also think people are getting away from spending a lot of money on cakes.
I mean, mozzarella cheese can be expensive. This is a huge amount. It might be more. I don't know if it's more expensive. It could be.
You're talking about mozzarella cheese compared to some of these 5-layer cakes, 5-tier cakes. Stop it. I also think people are getting away from spending a lot of money on cakes. I could be wrong about this.
I think people will do anything they can to not be traditional at this point.
Well, maybe you want to do it now.
What are we talking about? The next thing?
The one that you said you were going to say.
All right, so I've seen this on the internet.
I almost said don't even bring this up because it's not ridiculous.
We're bringing it up. So this other thing I want to talk about, and this is kind of this goes right back to the whole not everybody wants to be traditional. They'll do anything they can to not be traditional.
I can't believe you're going to go ahead.
So I seen one the other day where the bride and groom actually were set on fire and walked like through. I mean, now it was outside. It wasn't their entrance, but I guess they maybe had an outdoor entrance and they literally were on fire. I don't think it was AI, going back to the AI thing. I think they actually had pyrotechnician people there setting them on fire, and this was an intro that they did.
How does the video end? Did they get patted down?
It's a good question. I don't know. I didn't see that part. I don't think you see them getting patted down, because in the video they got to make it look cool. They're not going to show you patting them down. I don't understand how all that fire stuff works, though. I don't know if there's like an outer.
And you don't think it's AI? You talk about cats like throwing things, and it's AI,
funny because we did that whole thing earlier with the AI, and now I don't even know if I really did enough due diligence. It could have been AI, but I don't think it was.
The crazy part about it, is that it's believable because people will do anything today.
I'm telling you, people will literally do anything to not be traditional, and they're just pushing the limits.
Okay, so let it be known that Keith does a lot of the background stuff for the pod, and I give you all the credit in the world. Keith does the editing. Keith does the chopping of the clips. I have one responsibility, which is I put everything up on the board that we're going to talk about. Today is the first day that I have not done this. We are episode 15, give or take. Okay, so one thing that he wrote on the board that I have yet to see until this actual moment is something I would like to talk about, because I want to know what you think girl on horse means, or what your segue is to that, because I have a story.
Well, I know what I've seen on the internet. And again, these things pop up on my feed. I save them in we're going to talk about this eventually. And a woman rides a horse as her introduction. She comes in.
Inside?
It was definitely inside. This was inside. The clip I saw, she was riding it in. The horse was coming in very slowly. And, I can only assume that she's a very avid horse rider. It would be very weird if she never rode a horse in her life, was just like, I want to ride a horse into my wedding, right? I feel like you have to be into that type of thing.
So I have a story.
Okay.
I have a story about a girl riding a horse into the ceremony.
Okay.
So it's probably 10 years ago. Shout out to the Hoax. I've done a bunch of the weddings in the family, and one guy, Jesse, uh, his fiance at the time, I don't know if she has a farm. I don't know if she, like, I'm almost positive she owns horses. And like 95% positive that they
I
like
feel
own
like in
these
that
horses.
situation,
So their wedding was at, I want to say, I don't know if it was at their house on their property, but like it was a outdoor wedding. They had it like 10, it was nice and whatnot. But the ceremony was like 100 yards away. They had a bunch of like straw seats, like real like what's that word I'm looking for? Theme that they had, like a
barn,
rustic barn rustic,
yeah.
if you will. So everyone's lined up for the ceremony, and I'm assuming I knew about this beforehand.
Right.
I don't recall it in this moment. That's what I'm saying. Like thinking back, I'm like, I feel like I was so shocked in the moment that I didn't know, because
it wiped your brain.
We're playing music pre-ceremony, whatnot, and they're like, okay, and like I'm thinking like it's about to be her, and I'm like, where is she? Like, we're playing the song. We're 30 seconds in and playing the song, and again, we're in an open field.
Yeah. Does she gallop in or does she ride slow?
Gallops.
Not expecting that.
Not like full, but like trots, maybe. Trots is a better word. Trots.
Because gallop has that sound like that.
And it's like a big, like white pony looking horse.
Yeah.
I definitely have a selfie somewhere. I'm going to have to find this.
Yeah.
That'll be a great one
Definitely.
if I can find. Actually, the selfie is not with the horse she galloped in on. Actually, that I remember.
She had a stunt horse?
No, the selfie was with a brown horse, and the horse she came in on was. We're going to find these. But it was really cool, something different. And again, there's things that I don't.
So if her husband gets mad at her at some point during their life, does he say, F you and the horse you rode in on?
R.I.P. to the horse. I know the horse passed.
No, you're positive?
I'm positive.
We're
friends on Facebook, and I recall. I remember.
I was just like, oh, you knew it was that many years.
No,
just okay.
No, but this is why I said I know.
Rest in
I think
peace.
it was her
Definitely.
horse. You said rest in peace to the horse. But that's a realistic thing. That was 10 years ago, give or take. Listen, I'm all for the original stuff. Listen, setting people on fire, that's absolutely absurd. Running a horse outside is cool. Trying to do that.
The one that I saw looked like it was inside.
Inside, that's wild.
And she just kind of like, maybe we'll edit that one in too.
It's funny because a part of me, a pod that's coming out this week that we post, there's a thing where I talk about in A Last Dance that I hate the do it for the gram aspect.
I liked what you were talking about that.
But if you're in the moment, it's cool. But anyway, the reason I brought this up is like doing it for the gram, like for the intros, for your ceremony and or intros, I'm all for doing it up for the gram, if you will.
Right.
When you're trying to be intimate, and I feel like people fake it for the gram, is the difference of what I'm talking about.
So just to elaborate a little bit more on that from what you talked about really quick, I did one where they had a last dance, and it was very good for them, but everybody was rushed outside. It was cold outside. This was just a couple weeks ago. And then, everybody wants to get their stuff. They don't know what's going on. They're being rushed outside. Now, there was a sparkler send-off, so getting them ready for that while they did the last dance, I felt like that went good with each other. But if you think a wedding's going till 10:30, and now all of a sudden you're being rushed outside at like 10:15, because that's essentially what happened. It was like 10:15, 10:20. We're rushing them outside. Come on, hurry up! Don't grab your stuff. You're coming back in. And I understand exactly what you're saying. It feels like us as the vendors are being rude. Like, hurry up, get the heck out of here. And it's like, that's where it looks bad for the guests, even though it's all on the bride and groom. It's always on the bride and groom. And let's segue to this real quick, because I think this needs to be talked about. The things that we talk about on this show are basically opinions. Doesn't mean that we don't do them. Like, there was a clip that we have right now that's going semi-viral, and a DJ that we had on the show was talking about how during main dancing, when you're trying to, get the vibe going and flowing and things like that, like playing a slow song And the way it came out was like he wasn't going to play it for the grandma. And the way that we cut these clips, obviously we're trying to go viral and things like that. And a lot of people are posting in the comments that like, they would never hire this DJ and stuff like this. The DJ is a great guy and he would do anything for anybody. And our main thing is we're there for the bride. Whatever the bride has, if there's no request, we're not doing requests. It has nothing to do with the guest. And I apologize to the guest right now. But
let me cut you off for a second because I took it differently, not slightly differently. Like there's definitely some like every video that we have that gets some traction or gets a couple 100,000 plus views, if you will.
Yeah.
We don't get them to go semi-viral if there's not people just hating on
True.
people.
It's true.
Like our most viral video is people talking shit about you, talking over me.
Right.
So, but my point is, in the video, I feel as though the most misinterpreted part of the clip is that, like you said, it is about the couple. But I feel that when people take it upon themselves to ask for requests or multiple requests, they're not thinking about the couple.
Right.
Where more and more people are saying there is no request at weddings because they just want that to be a thing of the past. Some people are like, yes, it's cute to play the song from 1980 from your grandparents. Or whatnot.
A lot of the comments did that. The comments were, go ahead.
No. I was
just laying in the plane. Like a lot of the comments, like it's funny because 50-50. Some people are like, no requests, we ain't doing it. One of the brides said, "I'll fight you if you're requesting songs."
Right.
And then you have like other people saying, "I would never hire this guy because he's not going to play for my grandma." And believe me, that's the last thing we want to do is like cause people to like feel that anger towards someone like he's not going to play. He's going to play the song. It's just that when you want to play a slow song from the 70s, maybe At Last. The 60s by Etta James, my wedding song, you're not going to play that during open dance.
Let's call you out.
What?
That's your wedding song?
That's my wedding song.
And you don't know what era it's from?
1960. Exactly when it was.
Do you know that?
I would be willing to bet that song is from 1960.
I've never pulled the phone out yet.
Let's do it. I like this.
We're 15 weeks in. All right, so Etta James, At Last.
Etta James, At Last. I'm going 1960. I'd be willing to put a sizable bet that is from 1960.
6 months of my new rental space for the podcast.
I don't know if I'd put that much.
I mean,
of a
you said
sizable bet, meaning like I would bet $50 to $100 on this. That's if I had to bet.
At Last is the debut studio album by American blues and soul artist Etta James.
Etta James,
released on Argo Records in November 1960.
Banged it, 1960.
The album was produced by Phil and Leonard Chess. At Last rose to 12 on the Billboard Top Catalog.
I knew it wasn't the 50s. I knew it was the 60s, but for some reason I remember looking it up a while ago.
You were lucky. It's 7 weeks. 7 weeks until 1961.
So that 7 weeks would have got. Listen, over unders. Maybe they come in by a half a point sometimes.
That's awesome.
I got something to go back to. We were talking about doing it for the gram, right?
Yeah.
So what about flower grannies? Now they're taking the older ladies in your family, and instead of using the younger girls as flower girls, they're using the grandmas. I've seen a couple clips like this. I actually freaking love it. I love seeing the older ladies dropping the flowers. Not that I want to cut the younger girls out, but I think it is very cute, very cool. I love it. What are your thoughts?
What do you think my thoughts are?
I think you love it. How could you hate it?
Here's my thoughts.
I hope you hate it just so the internet can attack you.
Here's my thoughts. I love it.
Okay, good.
But there's no but.
Okay.
I think I love it like 100 out of 100. I think it's one of them things where I'm a dad of a young kid. So my kid was just in a wedding this past year, and I loved every part about the innocence of him and like just being part of it, and it was awesome.
Right.
But hypothetically, don't let me get emotional. If my grandmom who passed was alive today and my cousin Paige talked to her about this, it would be the greatest thing ever. And maybe it's not for every grandmom, but my grandmom would have crushed this.
Yeah.
And that's what I think of. So I think it's awesome. I think it's especially cool because we talk about, different things like, dads get this and moms don't. So now moms are doing the bouquets and stuff.
Love
but
that,
like,
by the way.
what about the grandparents or these older people that never get any recognition or spotlight? So,
I mean, Corey won't even play a song for me.
but like, think about it. Like, is it cuter to have the 3 or 4-year-old girls or the 75 to 85-year-old ladies who respectfully probably aren't going to be here in 10 years?
Yeah.
And the 3 to 4-year-olds are, God willing.
Right.
So I like that aspect of it.
Maybe the girls are like, you know what? I can't wait to grow up and be a grandma, so I can do that. The young girls now.
Realistically, why can't they do it together?
That would be the cutest thing. Why are we not doing that?
Why can't they have
Can't you just
matching?
create?
Lock it up. Why can't they have matching outfits?
I don't have a name
And,
for
like,
it. I'm
no
not
joke,
smart enough to
like-
come up with one quickly. But
When I think of flower grannies, the second thing I think of is, what do they call them? Like beer boys?
oh yeah,
But what's it? Do you know the name? There's a title for it.
I just did one. I thought we were gonna. I don't know if we.
So
Damn.
the first time I saw it, I was like, haha, this is funny. This is different. This is cool. By the second time, I was like, I'm over it. I'm all about the grannies. I don't know why. I just think.
I have an epic video of a beer buddy or whatever we
What-
call them.
what-
Beer boys. What are they called?
There's definitely, we're missing it. There's definitely like something they're called.
So the wedding we did a couple weeks ago, beer boy killed it. Had a thing around him, handing out beers to everyone. Had a good song for it. I actually think that it was really cool, and I think in the right venue it works. I will say this: the vendor afterwards said something along the lines of, I didn't know they were going to do that, and we can't just be handing out beer because with liquor laws and things, they're selling their own beer and alcohol. It's kind of hard to just have someone coming with like their outside,
Here's the back and forth. Here's the devil's advocate. I want people to do whatever they want. I want them to be about them. Starting from our first episode, I branded something called the Beautiful Banger.
Yeah.
And I feel as though that takes away from it slightly. I'm all for the party. I'm all for the high energy. I feel like starting the ceremony off with guys raging out and handing out beers. And again, I don't think I ever realized I was against it until this moment.
Right.
I've never seen it and been like, oh, disgusted by it by any means.
Right,
Like,
but thinking
it's
back,
fine.
you're kinda-
But like now that I'm thinking about it, it's just one of them things where it's like, I'm all for the energy and the vibes.
Right.
But maybe the old man is me is like a stickler that like, I want the beautiful, elegant ceremony to commence before we bring that kind of energy and vibe.
You're like 4 years away from being like Clint Eastwood in the building, like, get off my lawn.
I don't know that. Is that Dirty Harry? Because that'd be awesome.
I
It's
think
not.
it was when he was, I don't know, one of those movies he did recently. He was Dirty Harry. Then he just, you Dirty Harry.
I know. That's why I asked.
Oh my
you,
God, I
didn't, you didn't even put it together. That's
DJ
yeah.
Dirty Harry. Now you're becoming the
Right, that's why I
trouble
asked.
with the curve.
So
You can't hit the curveball.
you're doing the voice of like
That's
another
him.
movie. It's
The clicking sound. That's what he's.
stop.
The Batman.
Please.
Rachel. Rachel.
Batman.
It's Batman. That's what
He's not Batman.
But that's what Batman
Oh,
sounds
oh my
like. I accidentally went into Batman.
I see that.
I'm Bane.
Can you just stop?
I'm not cutting this, by the way.
Oh my God. Can you talk to
We
me?
got like two more.
Can you talk to me about the coffee truck before I
The
cry?
coffee truck, amazing. So basically, I want to say it's like, obviously it's probably more for like a summertime vibe. Summertime, I'm thinking like Cape May, kind of think about like here. I don't know. That's
Why
where they
can't
are.
it be cold for coffee.
It's just, this is how I'm describing it.
Okay.
It could be, but the way I saw it was like, you come out of the church and then you just have a coffee truck pull up and now they've got gelatos, ice cream. And that's why I think if it's cold, it
Now,
makes it a little bit
out
rougher.
of the church. This is
It just, the video I saw looked like it had a church. It reminded me of the one Cape May wedding we did, me and Perko, when we were filming down there. And I just imagine that if a coffee truck could pull up right there, like,
I think the
Skirt in.
consensus,
I loved it.
not to cut you off,
No.
I think the consensus is any kind of food and drink that's unexpected, that's a nice bonus
Yeah.
throughout the day, is just a win.
That's what it
It
is.
starts with Joey Cannoli. It starts with maybe a coffee truck in
You're right.
between. So, and again, like I had a consult with a bride this morning, and as soon as she said it, I was like, this is something I got to bring up, and it's perfect to just bring it up on the fly. But like, people talk about favors, something we never talk about.
No, we don't. We talked about it a little bit. Well, a little bit.
Well, my point is, in what capacity? Because to me, I don't care about anything that's, oh, we got a little picture frame for the photo booth strips, and that's our favor. Why? Right. It's like, it's just not needed. To me, give them the experience. So when we talk about favors, like, is Joey Cannoli a favor? Like, I just think that the experience and the added bonus, like, and whether it's a cheesesteak at the end of the night on a food truck or just giving out from the venue, like, that little stuff to me is cooler in the experience. Because here's the thing. Everybody wants their wedding to be the most fun wedding that everybody's ever been to.
It's a party.
Every single consult is, I want people to dance. That's the ultimate goal. So people remember the food and the DJ. So if they get some kind of experience with the cannoli guy, if they get some kind of experience with, we've seen the chocolate and milk guy, chocolate chip cookies and milk guy, or, I mean, the Fretz Mutz is another one, but like,
I wish a guy would come in here with cookies right now.
Total side note, I love that she doesn't listen to the pod, because I was like, going to bed last night so hungry, and I found this like pack of like 10 chocolate chip. I ate all 10 of them. And then I like put the wrapper at the bottom of the trash can. So like there was no shot. She like realized I ate them.
That's so funny.
And then I'm like, as I'm on like the 6th of 10, I'm like, wow, what if they're for my kids' lunch tomorrow?
Shout out to you having like indigestion earlier. Like you're wondering why. Like you're scarfing down cookies.
10 chocolate chip
cookies. I mean, there's probably not a lot of good things in those cookies.
Yeah. Listen, maybe that's probably why this is a snug. Anyone watching this is a little snug today.
I think it's slimming you down. That's good.
Nice. Well, it's crazy. This is officially our last pod of 2025, and I'm just super grateful. I'm excited. We talked about it for 2 years. We finally pulled the plug and started doing it. We started fooling around in July. Our first episode we launched was September. I think we both agree that we've exceeded expectations.
Yeah.
And, the reach is growing. We have people commenting and chiming in from all over the country. And it was actually really exciting that just this past week, we had someone reach out to In the Mix Event Group's website and left an inquiry for their wedding and said, hey, listen to the pod a lot, love your content, can tell you guys run a well-oiled machine, and asked if we traveled to Rhode Island and had a consult. Love the couple, their vibes are awesome, and they booked us for DJ, photo, video, and sax to go up to Rhode Island. And Keith is, of course, going to be with us, and I'm in as well. So we're both going up. I'm going to be the MC. Keith is going to be part of the video team, and it's just something we wouldn't be doing if we weren't doing the pod. So it's kind of exciting.
It's amazing. I was talking to my wife about the other day. Like, it's taking us places that we wouldn't have been, and it's one of those things where, like, we finally just jumped into it. We finally said, we're going to do it. And it's like what we talked about before. You just got it with content. You just got to get out there and do it. We're pushing it out. Yeah. And it's taking us to places we never thought we'd be. And I put a lot of my soul into these clips and things like that. So anybody out there that really wants to get angry at anybody, if you really want to get angry, I'm the problem. So it's me.
I love it.
As Taylor would say.
Taylor. I love it.
Tay-Tay.
I love it.
I should have got a sweater with Tay-Tay on the front. That would really piss some people off.
Taylor and Travis.
And a shark.
And a shark. Well, Keith, it's been exciting.
Yeah.
I'm excited for us to hop into 2026 and keep it going.
Some new exciting things.
I was going to say we have some new exciting things.
Yeah.
Some new exciting guests coming up. Our January and February is stacked with some awesome people. And seeing the new year, my guy.
As we say, we're just getting started.
Just getting started. That's a wrap. 2025. Peace. We're out. Happy holidays, people.